I'd like to talk about now. Perhaps this is a good time to jump over to how things are now. I'm now 70 years old. I was then a young woman with young kids. Now I'm a grandmother. I've got 6 grandchildren. But I really see that things have not changed as much as I would have expected. That many women and men on their own with children are feeling unsupported, unrecognized for the very important work that they're trying to do. And I've come up with a new concept, which is that older women with training could be out there in society, in the arena, making themselves available. And I know that when I went through my difficulties with my children and my husband, I didn't have anyone to turn to. I did go to some therapists, psychologists, I don't know, but it didn't seem to help. I needed someone warm. I needed someone that really understood where I was coming from and that would give me the space to be me. And it wouldn't be looking at the watch to say that your hour is over. And there wouldn't be that kind of cold distancing. I needed somebody that had empathy and sympathy and compassion, and I wanted to be able to sparkle with them as well. I didn't want to just play the victim, and I don't want to play the victim now. So I'm working on myself in relation to this concept of women in time, which is that older women will make themselves available. So Women in Time is also WIT, W-I-T, which is the beginning of witch. So we need to change our concept of what an old, cruel witch is. We need to understand that witches were once medicine women. And we need medicine of the heart, of the mind, of the spirit. We need people to be there for us so that we can feel guided. And I know that the older women, when they've often been through the business of having a family, moving around, facing life's difficulties, that they can be quite deep. They can have a sense of purpose in their lives, especially as we move towards the end of our life. And we can see in the younger generations that they're making some of the mistakes that we made, and we know as older women that we have something to offer, not in terms of setting up an advice centre or a place where you just tell people what they should and shouldn't do. That's not it. It's about the art of listening, and it's about some new ways of communicating with ourselves so that we can be supportive of the parents who are going through their sense of bewilderment and not being sure how things should go for them and their children. So I've been that's why I'm here right now in Tuscany with the olive trees. I've been going through a training in emotional freedom technique, also known as tapping. I've been going through this extraordinary method of empowerment just for a couple of weeks here, but I did some also in London, and I'm seeing how extraordinarily effective it can be and what a wonderful tool it could be. And if groups of older women came together as elders and trained in listening and emotional freedom technique and maybe some other things like rebirthing, which is a way of using the breath to go into a different state of mind, that we could work on ourselves, and by doing that, by affirming ourselves in each other, we could then offer ourselves as tools and as a kind of spiritual and psychological sanctuary where the warmth of the heart is particularly appreciated and put on offer without judgment, without judgment.